Welcome, everybody. Welcome to BeoTalk number 377.
Wow.
I feel like hot garbage, so there's that.
Right on. I'm glad you're feeling great.
Yeah, so how was your week?
Well, it was not bad. Busy, pretty busy.
Frozen solid
But
yet?
yeah, it wasn't that bad the whole week, but the end of the weekend or the end of the week started like Friday was cold. Yesterday was minus 26. It was not fun. And that's excluding the wind. So if you're outside, it's minus 35 per se. Yeah, so a lot of
Ugh.
laughs. And like by 3 o'clock, so in an hour, apparently, it's supposed to be a snowstorm starting. So tomorrow's going to be great for driving. But yeah, I did a very interesting install, I guess. Well, it's half done now because,
Hold on, we'll get back to it. Let's do some
yeah, let's do
shilling.
some shillings.
Uh, go to Skinny Play, use the promo code for 10% off. Good people. Vive la France and all that. Then we have our friends over at Tigrina Studio. And again, buy like aluminium covers for your theater. Also, use the promo code for 10% off. Good people as well. Yeah, it's I put them in frame. So there's that. What else? Buy Willie a coffee. That is our super chat for the foreseeable future. Because screw you, YouTube.
Here, let me send you this.
If you have a question and a topic that we can answer, I'll monitor it and put them in there. I don't think you have a character limit, so it's you can write longer comments than YouTube even allows. So there's that. Buy your cables. It sounds heavenly.co.uk or .com.
That's right. You won't regret it.
It's well, it means Steve just posted on Discord, right? That was it a 12-year-old cable still tested perfectly. So top quality.
Yeah, unless the mice don't eat it, you don't have really much to worry about. That's what I find.
Sure, but I mean, it's nice to have facts behind it, right?
Of course. Well, no, they stand the test of time. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
But,
so
at least make them tasty for rodents, like the old MCL. The original MCL cable that BNO used to have, that one was bad. That I don't know, for whatever reason, they loved to eat the jacket of that wire. There's a number of times that I had to go back and resplice it. And, yeah, a lot of laughs, whatever it was possible to do. But anyways, yeah, I sent you a link to this projector thing, which is a part of the piece of the furniture that I was putting together on Friday. At least the furniture piece was already pre-made or pre-assembled, whatever. So we just came in there. The projector's not yet in, but it's a Leica, the shore throw projector with the whatever the brand is now, I can't remember. Poltrona. So essentially, the screen rolls out from inside that cabinet.
That seems like the best way to do it to me, if you want.
It is. It's fucking amazing. And the only problem is that it's 230 volts. So we have to buy a inverter, I guess, right, to make this motor work. So that's a little snaggage. But at least there's enough space in room inside to bury it and plug everything in. Cable management, it's pretty nicely designed in that. And yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that mechanism pop out. So that the only thing that's weird for, I guess, the cost of that furniture piece is that that part where the projector sits is not motorized. There's a little pull tab. If you can barely see it on the bottom right corner of the drawer, right there. Yeah, that you pull and it releases the thing to come back and locks itself in place so it doesn't jiggle and stuff.
Something I found is that if you buy one of those converters or inverters, right, like that lamp is fully European, and it uses up to 100 watts. I bought a 120 watt rated or something like that inverter, and it doesn't get as bright as it did in Europe. So
because of the 50 to 60 hertz as well, or
I don't know. I think the inverter thing gets hot and it needs some extra margin.
But that inverter only needs to work for, let's say, literally maybe 35 to 40 seconds for the screen to come up, and that's it. The projector doesn't matter. It's the screen motor that is
oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if it asks for, I don't know, 100 watt, right? Like if on the spec sheet, motor says 100 watt, by like, I don't know, 150 to 200 watt. Because otherwise it'll probably still go up and down, right? It'll just be slow or slower than it is intended to be.
As long as it raises up, I'm going to be happy with it. But yeah, if we're going to need to address it with a bigger wattage output, then that's what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's pretty cool.
There's some efficiency loss in the conversion through heat and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily specify.
So, but yeah, that was I guess the highlight of the week for installation. But yeah, it's a very unique piece of equipment, I would say. But that's I think either 100 or 120 inch screen. I don't remember what.
It doesn't look that size on here, but
no, not in this huge ass room.
Yeah,
but it is pretty fairly big. Like it's fairly big, and I was looking at the reviews of that Leica projector. It's probably rated one of the best ones for short throw laser light projectors.
God, they're gonna be expensive.
It's 13 grand US, I think, or Canadian.
Well, that's not too bad, really.
No, and it's got full Dolby everything in there. It supports all the 4 different formats of the HDR, right? That there is.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I just scared to see what outputs it has because it also has a WISA. So I wonder if we could attach the BeoLab receiver ones into it and just run some BNO speakers that the client has.
That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm. I have one I'm not using, so I might go but that's such an effort to dig it up because it's in one of the 90s boxes. It's fucking deep.
Is it a retrofit or is this a new build or?
No, so far this was done in a retrofit room. Like it's a standalone projector with this because it's got the sound system essentially inside it. I don't know how good it is for what it is, but
so I take it they're not living there yet.
No, they're living there. It's a it's a lived house. Yeah. So it's just in one of the rooms because the houses you can fucking get lost in. So it's in one of the rooms, but they're gonna be watching, I think, more or less like it's I guess a hockey TV or whatever sports they favor. But yeah, it's pretty fucking cool, I have to say. So, and knowing that it's got WISA, it's pretty interesting to see because you could probably tie in like 50s to it. But it can do the full surround, but the WISA is a dongle-based thing, so you have to install the dongle and then it works. So
it's like one of those LG dongles they had. For a while.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So
yeah, that's cool. I mean, I love enormous screens, whichever way they come. I'm only slightly less of a fan of projectors, and it's mostly because I mean, in light situations, it's just harder.
Yeah, but there's a fair amount of light in that room, and look at the picture, right? That's basically even when I was looking at the CES YouTube videos, it's the same brightness as it is here. It's not photoshopped or doctored in the fucking very lit up room.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. Like this isn't, maybe this is doctored a bit, but from what you could see on the CES, like the walkthroughs and stuff, because this is about a year-old model that came out or a year ago when it was introduced on the CES. So whatever, now it's there, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this does a fairly decent amount of light output. so it's not really impervious. Well, might be impervious to, like, obviously, if the direct sunlight hits it, then you're screwed anyways. Like, good luck looking at it even on a regular panel type of thing if you get glare.
Yeah, you probably
But
get more
within the
reflection on
limits, like in your house, you would never be able to tell the difference between that and the LG, basically.
Interesting.
But I'll report more once I see it working, because we're gonna go back with the converter and inverter and a whole bunch of nonsense to make hook up the speakers to it and so on.
No, if it's not all too expensive, I'm gonna have to look at this.
I don't know how much that cabinet costs, but it's specifically made for that Leica projector.
Okay.
Like, they're their whole own thing, right? I was always thinking, like, how would you put a theater underneath or overneath? I guess I don't know, where would you stick the theater in that?
You
that
wall
scenario?
mount it to that bit where you pulled it out.
Oh, that'd be some savage wall mountery. That's so heavy. That would rattle like a motherfucker, bro. Like, because there's no way. Like, yeah, they're Bloom hinges, or the rails, but they're still thicker, right? Like,
it's like an action cam, right? Anytime anything explodes, your whole screen goes.
Jesus Christ, man!
For that extra immersion.
Oh yeah, that would shake the picture. I'm certain of it. The base would definitely do that for sure. So yeah, it'd be interesting install to, like, figure out a way to put a projector. I mean, you could put the screen like permanently on the wall with the theater underneath it. And I think the only remedy that you could do, like, properly, I think, if you recess the theater half its depth into the wall, and then have the projector underneath it on a table or whatever, like immediately underneath it, I guess, within that gap where there is the black spot. I think that's the only way you could tie in a B&O system into it.
Yeah, well, if they're short throw, generally, right, it also means you can just mount them really short up close on the ceiling as well.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm still, like, daydreaming about that screen we saw at B&O Orlando.
The 4K variant of it would be absolutely insane-o. I mean, like, if you bought if you bought the proper scaler or whatever the heck the backbrain box of it is, right? That you could, let's say, start with like 100 instead of 83 that you have now, right?
Yeah.
And then you just buy more blocks later in time to do, like, another, until the room runs out of wall and TVs on it. But yeah, that thing was sick. That definitely, even the 2K screen they had, man, like, the movies looked fucking killer from that far. Like, from the couch side, that I didn't see any problems with the screen at all. Also, I'm not that I'm blind as a bat, but I am denying the fact that I am.
Well, I mean, we stood, what, a meter away?
Yeah.
And it wasn't exactly obvious that the pixels were enormous or anything.
No. Like, at that at that distance, you can only see I guess, the imperfections of leveling the tiles.
Yeah.
When the dark spot hits on the picture. But that's just finesse, right? Like, you can still go back to it and re-level all of it, but that thing wasn't even probably finished all the way before when we showed up there.
Yeah, they changed things around a bit. They have a premiere here now.
Thanks, Norsta. Much appreciated. Czech ground. So děkuji. Děkuji moc. I hope you are yeah, you are from Czech probably, so there you go. That's my sayings, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's interesting.
Want to read what he says? Mike Oldfield recorded a demo of his first album on a B&O recorder. Kevin Ayers lent it to him. The album became later the first record published by Virgin. It was a smash hit called Tubular Bells. I have to listen to that. I can't say I'm familiar with that.
No, I've never heard of this. That's a very nice token of history, I guess, or the nerd crumb, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, it's fun times with BNOs.
Do you, Norse, do you remember what BNO recorder he used? Was it like the reel-to-reel thing, or?
Because they did a bunch of them, or no, I don't think they did the reel-to-reel. I think the reel-to-reel, when they finally had it announced or about to be announced, based on the museum tour that I remember, the freaking cassette tapes came out. And they never released the reel-to-reel because cassettes just killed that market overnight. With way more convenient, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day. So, yeah, I'll look it up and give it a listen on the 90s. See what my neighbors think. But well, it's cold, man. I'm cooped up. I'm going crazy. Might as well listen to some shit. But it's getting awful, at least from that side. So yeah.
Oh, apparently it's from 1979. Yeah, I'm not that old. Willie might be, but
fuck off. I was the 80s child. Come on. I just turned 45, so it's yeah, 1971, even further back. Yeah.
Well, maybe this is just live from a later thing then.
Something my grandparents used to groove to, I guess, at that point. Because they would have been, I think, in their 50s or late 40s.
I'm gonna have to listen to this once we're done with that. Since
yeah. I'm gonna look it up and just give it a listen to see what the heck it is, because obviously we're gonna get demonized or demonetized or whatever for playing it on the.
Yeah, in all honesty, I can't say that I know of this. I blame my parents.
Never heard of it either. I've honestly never heard of it either. But I don't know how old you are, North Star, but growing up in 80s in Czechoslovakia was a little different, where all the Beatles songs used to be translated to Czech and or Slovak. It's fucking weird, man, when you listen to some of these things, because it's just it's the melody of the popular song from, like, let's say Tom Jones, but it's sang by somebody from one of the Czech artists back in
so it's like in Czech, it's like sex bomb.
But yeah, it's pretty funny though when you listen to it nowadays. But yeah,
it's probably something bomba.
something. But yeah, I think that also the funny thing is, like your niece watches that those Pat and Matt, whatever that cartoon is, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, it's never been spoken word in it, but in that version nowadays, I guess there is. But yeah, back in the days when I grown up on it, Pat and Matt, Ayeto, that was fucking, that was the best.
I always thought it was Dutch, because like
no.
The voiceover is all Dutch. Like they're constantly talking.
No, there's not a single word that was ever spoken in the original cartoon, because it was the Czech television that made it. I forget which. I think it was Brno or whatever. They had like their production studio for the puppetry and stuff. But yeah, that was that's when I've grown up on, and now it's like they're showing it to kids with, like, that they think it's from their time. No. This cartoon is in its 40s now, maybe later even. But yeah, that was fun times. Večerníček, which was 7:00, I believe. Then the news and go to bed.
Yeah, for all the Dutch people that only know it as neighbor and neighbor.
So yeah, and that's Pat and Matt, and I forget which one is which, but I think Matt is the one in the yellow shirt, and Pat is the red shirt.
See, DeJaneo knows it.
yeah. This is, the show. It's absolutely hilarious. Like, these guys are so ingeniously dumb in the way they approach things that it's just hilarious. And yeah, that was like in my days. I remember we used to shake the hands and do that, right? Like Pat and Matt was a normal. It was like a thing that went on. Especially when you fucked something up on a construction site, the guy would come shake your hand and do this, like. So yeah, that was back in the day that we watched some old school cartoonies. Yeah, I don't remember that. Like DJ Neo, there was no voices.
Since you have a kid now, you can show this because it's one of the few things where like it aged better with time, and it's not so.
It's hilarious. It's not offensive in any way, but it's just hilarious.
Well, also, there's not so much weird politics even in a lot. There's so many weird politics in modern kids shows. It's insane.
Yeah, there's no indoctrination on anything other than what. Just hope to God you don't turn out like these boys, because you're gonna need fucking contractor for everything in your life. Though I do know people that have these capabilities, but they also have the ability to recognize the fact that they do not have capability, so they hire people to do shit for them.
Yeah, I met a few people like that recently, and it's like it breaks my mind. Like, how do you not know any of this?
I can't possibly understand that at all. Like, I am very sorry, and
I mean, they understand
not everybody's born a
righty-tighty,
handyman.
righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but that's kind of where it ends, right?
That's right, especially when you put the screw upside down. Fuck me.
Yeah.
So, and you got to do it from that side. Yeah, it's funny, but I guess my biggest gift was when I was very young. I was doing the renovations and construction, and I was in the architectural business, building this stuff. So I can see through the walls more or less most of the time, but there's always the plumbing line or some sort of surprise, motherfucker. Now, how are you gonna fit an in-ceiling speakers here, asshole?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
As people can see, my office is different again, but I had one of those things up there. The stud finder said there was definitely a stud. And he put because two are on a stud and two of the screws aren't. So I put the plugs in, right? And I thought to myself, oh, I'll do that first because on a stud, it'll really pull itself tight, right?
Nope.
No stud, no nothing. Just whoop, straight through.
Nicely done. Son of a bitch.
Well,
but they look good. They look good. You just need to manage the cable.
Yeah, the cables currently are too short. Like, this is the only way they'll get to the power outlets.
Oh.
I mean, I'm gonna put them in the wall. It's just that I currently can't, because then the cable is in the wall and doesn't come out on the bottom.
Yeah, it's exactly. But yeah, they look good, man. They look very good. 18s are now in the main room.
Yes. Also,
so did you tune it?
No, not yet. I haven't had time. I mean, they are connected. I still need to get it all set up again, but I also need a lower volume threshold than I've had time for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I had an opportunity. Was it last night or the night before? I don't remember. And I think I forgot to mention it, and she, without knowing, just turns the dishwasher on, right? And it's like,
oh, that's it.
I mean, not her fault, but I was sort of like, damn it, I should have said something.
Honey, don't fuck.
Yeah, because dishwasher. Our dishwasher is really fucking quiet. As in, we can sleep. It's across essentially.
My dishwasher is quiet, and I still have to have it turned off when I'm running anything.
But you come out of our bedroom straight into the kitchen, and across there is literally where the dishwasher is, and it's quiet enough that you can sleep with it, but it's still that sort of thing, right? And it's it messes with all the bass and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I keep everything off. I even shut off the air conditioning. Not for the theater per se, but when I was tuning the 90s, I had everything off, windows closed. It also makes a difference if your window shades are up or down. So mine were tuned with shades down because most of the time this is very unusual that I just open the windows because there's really no direct sunlight today.
Yeah,
but
where I showed you the 8 was going to go on that narrow wall, right? That's where the 118 is now.
Okay.
And then I
the other one,
laser level, and it's dead center under the middle 17.
Oh, sick!
And I was messing myself up, right? Because I measured it and measured it and measured it and laser leveled it and measured it, and then you put all the holes in it, right? And then you look, this looks off center. Did I mess up somewhere? What the hell did I do? Why does this look off center? So I measured it again and measured it again. No, it should be good. It might be slightly off level, but you have some play in that.
The speaker itself or the wall bracket?
No, the wall. It looked like if the 17 was here, right? Like let's say this was centered, like it would end up here instead of and it turned out to just mostly be the angle, and on the wall bracket I could level it. And it's like, it turned out all right, but I was so messing myself up because it's like, I don't want to take this all off again. Also with the fucking set screw underneath, right? It's so hard to get to.
And it's so close to the wall too, so you can only do 180 turns at a time.
Yeah, well.
If it gets a little bit deeper in, yeah.
I made in millimeters, this is probably a 5 millimeter mistake on the other one. And I couldn't get the Allen key in.
Yeah, those Allen keys were pain. I've done a couple. I think the worst wall bracket I had ever done on the 18s was this far off of the mantle of a fireplace, but it's like a low fireplace, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was a pain in the ass to finally secure it in tight and whatever. And the wall had a special surface coating on it, like stucco-ish something that, like, no matter how you touched it, it would leave a mark. Yeah, that one was the most painful, and especially for the set screw, because you gotta go real close to the wall. But I have fairly high gone now.
I have fairly high baseboards, right, and they're square, so like that 5 millimeter whatever. Yeah, I mean, it just meant I couldn't get the Allen key in, right? So you just, I don't know, grab needle nose pliers and like, fuck, I hope I don't need all that thread.
Yeah, usually it's designed to go all the way in.
Mine leave, I don't know, about that much, and they're
really, and it's locked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, cats rub and stuff, and it's fine. So, I mean, I try to jiggle it left and right, and no movement.
Okay, because yeah, I know that most of them, in my experience, they were all the way in. Maybe your plate's bent a little more, something that it doesn't allow for the screw to go all the way.
Well, one plate has been on and off the wall more often, and that little nib that comes out of that wall plate is more up. Like it's more almost 90 degrees, whereas the other one that hasn't been used that much is almost pointed like that, this way.
Okay, yeah. So then the other screw comes up.
Yeah, and I think it probably also is one of these things where like tight is tight, right? But you can go tighter quite easily.
Yeah, you can overdo it. You definitely can overdo it. But that's no longer an issue anymore. They're discontinued, end of life. Now we got proper wall brackets for the 8s that you can actually put it behind electrical box.
Yeah,
which is very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run my cables through the wall and do it like American style, the way they do HDMI cables in hollow walls.
Yeah, and just put a spout plate on the bottom, come out. It's nothing unusual.
You won't be able to see it anyway.
No, and I do it quite often. We do it all the time, essentially, when we're working with TVs to install them to come out neatly, right? Because there's nothing in the wall anyways.
Yes.
Because that's a neighboring wall to, is it the outside? No.
Master bedroom.
Yeah, the master bedroom wall. So yeah, it's fuck all inside it.
Which is kind of annoying that it's so hollow, because you actually hear quite a lot through the wall still.
Of course.
So I'm thinking, like, should I like fill it at some point with something?
Would you put fiberglass, or not, like fiber insulation, or the paper shit?
Probably the paper stuff, because you can like drill like 4-inch round holes and just fill it
in from the
and
top. Yeah.
yeah, and then you patch it in the top again, and then it's fine. I mean, I don't know. I think they did something to this wall. They redid it or moved it slightly or whatever. But whenever they did that, because that's literally the only wall, like inside wall in the house, that doesn't have insulation in it. Like literally, that wall has insulation in it. This wall to the bathroom has insulation in it. Like it makes.
It would almost make sense to open it up and then just like from your end, I would even, like, if you had this opened, fill it with insulation and get that. I forget what the name of it is, but it's the green, about 3/4 inch thick foam. Foam. It's like felt, but it's an acoustic felt, right? So you put that on, and then you put the drywall on top of that, and then you have pretty much zero transfer going into the other room, or vice versa, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I'll get to it, but first I have to do our bathroom and stuff like that. I mean, this place is now more or less done. I mean, the 8s are a bit high, but it's also like at the end of the year, people will be coming over and will need to put like a temporary bed in this room. And it's when the last time one of the kids was over, the 18s were standing there, and it's immediately like, oh, I can get up by holding it, right? No.
Oh God.
So everything's at a height where they can't reach it for another few years.
Except the 18s, man, they're in the danger if you put them on the wall.
Yeah, but they're tight. They look extremely dramatic in the living room, which is nice.
Did you use toggler bolts?
Here, yes. In the living room, no.
You got wood there?
Yes. Especially on the narrow wall, that's just a stud, right? That's
true enough.
2x4. So that bracket is never coming off. And the other one, I use those screw in that split. But I literally used every hole for that that was available. Yeah,
I didn't have 18s on the wall, but 8000s I've had on the wall, and I had 4 3/16 toggler bolts, which, whatever. I'm sorry for all the Europeans with this nonsense imperial measurements, but that's how Home Depot works here. So, and those can hold up to 386 pounds, whatever that is in kilos. So it's quite a bit. Obviously, if you try hard enough, you'll fuck them up and rip them off, because then they'll just come out with the piece of drywall that they're attached to.
Yeah, but a whole piece of drywall.
yeah. No, that's a serious damage. But I've had them at people's places for years, and never an issue.
Well, for another thing here, right? Since this is Florida and everything is concrete, and then it's just this lattice work on exterior walls, from the front face of the drywall to the concrete is about 2 inches, or 5 centimeters. So, like, if you have a 2¼ inch, 2.5 inch screw, right? Like, you're literally into the concrete, and that's not moving. So some of these toggler bolts, they need to be then.
You need to shorten the things.
You need them to put them all the way in and then have that twist happen, right? And there's just no space for it.
No, the ones that I use, they basically slide like that metal piece, right? So you can slip them in, and then when you do that becomes a T.
Yeah.
And the screw comes through that. It's like a zip tie effect, so you can break those off. But yeah, you got to drill a big fuck off hole for that. It's a 1/2 inch hole, right?
Yeah, it's all
fun.
I mean, it has its pros and cons, right? Like patching anything, fixing anything is really fucking easy. Doing anything is super easy.
Yeah. No, it's much easier to do anything really. It's just you don't have that structural support that like if you decide to throw something on the wall in Europe, you just tap cons or whatever, and the thing's fucking staying, right? Like there is no way. However, then you have suffering with cable management because it is still going to be surface ran, no matter how nicely you dress the cable hide, it's still a cable hide. Where here you have the advantage of that, but then your centering is kind of dictated by studs, especially like if you do in-ceiling speakers, then the joists, right? Because you shouldn't really cut into them, and also the rest of the surprises that are in the ceilings usually, because people run everything through it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And or if you'll just find a lot of the pink fluffy blown in insulation, especially in ceilings around here.
Oh fuck, man! We're doing this was the whole week more or less that we spent doing the house that was pre-wired by somebody else, but we got the contract to finish it because the guy just got fired, basically, I guess. And so Thursday we did the cameras because Friday was a no-go. It was just way too freaking cold. But before that, we were doing all the in-ceiling speakers in the house, right? And all the attic, all the installation in between the floors is that shredded paper. Bro, Seth, the fucking mess that comes out of that ceiling when you open it, unbelievable. On the second day, I brought the marshmallow suit, and fuck that, I'm not just getting coated in this
itchy for weeks.
toxic shit. But the thing is, right? Like you sacrifice a hoodie for not being cold, right? But then you get coated in it. You're not gonna put the jacket on over top of this skin hoodie because now it's you just ruined both pieces of clothes, right? So yeah, it was no fun. But then I brought the freaking marshmallow suit and just roamed around the ceiling and oh man. But yeah, that thing is no fun. Also, the regular insulation is no fun either. No insulation is fun to begin with, but the worst one that the fun dies immediately is a spray foam.
Yeah,
that shit's forever.
Well, I mean, the open cell is not so bad. The closed cell is pretty structural at some point.
Yeah, I know. It's the place that we're doing because he wants to do a theater, and like he's got a dedicated theater place, right? So yeah, it's gonna be on the floor standing speakers because there's no way to go through all that shit.
Oh, you're not. Yeah, you're not poking holes for wires through that. There's no way.
No. There's no way.
I love that closed cell foam. It's a fantastic product, but you need to have conduit in the wall.
Yes.
And you need it in more places that you even like. You essentially need to build a house with conduit to places where nothing literally goes. Because in case you ever change your mind, there is no repeats. There's no do-overs. There's no mulligans. There's
no, man. Once it's sealed, bro. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, you better put conduit with, I don't know, electrical outlet plates or something like that in places where you don't think you're ever going to need something, because in case you do, at least you have something.
Or run a conduit at the least. Like that's what I would do, because it's easier to do that, man. When the walls are sprayed in, it's man. Like I've done few installs that we did. We had to go through the foam, like let's say not even 16 inches worth, right, from one stud to the other stud. It took fucking 2 hours to dig through it.
Yeah, because it clogs up everything. It becomes
it's just an absolute
stuff.
Mess. Yeah. It's an absolute staticky. It's an absolute mess. I ordered a camera. Let's see where it is.
What sort of camera?
I found the camera while I was digging through. The gateway because I have nothing better to do with my life. So this camera called Reolink.
Yeah.
There is a driver for it on the gateway, so I am going to tie it into my system sometime this afternoon whenever it shows up. And it's a pan tilt zoom. So I'll put it here because I'm gonna have fire inspection. I got fucking people coming around my house when I'm not home, right? So the camera is gonna be a little bit more of an attitude deterrent, especially with what's behind me. I don't want these people to go, what is that? And stupid, people don't fucking realize they touch it with their grubby hands, fuck up my fabric, and who's paying for that now? So
can you automate it where it face tracks anybody in the room?
I think so. It does have that shit. So I'm fucking doing it, man. It's gonna be creepy as hell, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's for baby and pet monitoring, so obviously it's gonna track.
Yeah.
Hold on. Oh yeah, it does, bro. It does.
Sweet.
Yeah, buddy. It's got a cry detection too, which that's not gonna happen anytime soon. But yeah, that's I'm gonna be trying that, and if that works, because this was like $70, I'm gonna buy the 4K one for just have another one. I'll put this little guy in the entrance in the hallway, and then this one here in the kitchen, so it I got all the angles covered, because if they go into the bedroom I can't see what they're doing. And again, if they fucking close the door I can't see what they're doing to begin with. But or maybe I'll put a camera in my Lego room, because there's a lot more enticing stuff there than in the bedroom. What are they gonna take my bed sheets? Fuck.
But the first thing to protect is the 90s, right?
Well, that's it. That's my only, it's gonna sit literally beside where the computer is right now, because that thing goes back to the office after the podcast is finished, and then it can do the whatever I think it's 355-degree rotation, so that's more than enough to see.
KCBR says I would follow them with my vacuum robot. It has a camera.
Fuck, if I had time to do that when they were there, I would definitely do it. Because I'm sure there is robots that you can drive them and follow people, or you can remote.
And then you forget to program it in, right? That it should stop once they're at your front doors and just follows into the lift.
Can take it. Oh boy, but yeah, I am going to do that. And I'm also curious to see, because I've never ever had a camera tab enabled on the BLI, right? Because I never really had a camera. Like, where do you put cameras? Like, I'm gonna install a NVR and shit in my apartment, just have a freaking thing working. But I think the time has come where I think it's necessary, because also I'm gonna be going to Bahamas for a month, so it would be nice to be able to look into your house
just
every
had
now
to
and
get
then.
in there for security.
Right. So, well, I'm gonna have my own security. So.
Or I don't know. We had to check something. You weren't there anyway, so we just went in.
That's right, because they have master access, right? Because there is no more, like, all the apartment buildings that are being built in Montreal do not have physical keys to their units anymore. It's all fobs, so you can get knocked over by the office or software, I guess, or whatever. Roomba filed for bankruptcy petition? I didn't know. I don't know. I've always considered getting a smart robot, but then I'm like, that thing's got a little too much B&O around here to be dinging around it, so I'll just do it myself. But yeah.
They filed for Chapter 11 in December 2025.
Shiitake mushrooms, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty much the end of it, but they're going to be sold to Paisia Robotics from Shenzhen in China.
Chinese are going to take it over again? Yeah,
well, it was already. Spine. Wasn't it already Chinese?
Maybe just made there, but I guess it doesn't matter.
Apparently, they filed Chapter 11 after a failed merger attempt with Amazon.
Oh, Christ, I think it would have been Alexa powered.
Probably.
Mine is a Vailita hand mob. Very analog and works very well. Never really gotten anything dented and hit with it, so. And yeah, well, I don't have dogs or whatever that they spread the turd around the house.
I have a shark.
So, but yeah, like
the ultimate discount Dyson.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, well, it works fantastically well. They last actually quite similarly long. It's just a fifth of the price.
Yeah, I always looked around on these UFIs and whatever, but it's like $1,200 Canadian to freaking get a vacuum that goes around. Like, yeah, you always have clean floors and shit, but fuck, I live on my own, man. I don't, I take my shoes off when I walk in. I walk around in slippers. Like, there's not much that kitchen, I guess, the crumbs and whatever, right? But that's about it. Like, I don't lose hair, or if I do, I can't see it. It's not like my girlfriend's when shit's just this long on the, and it just shines because mine is already gray, so you can't really see it on the floor. I guess
Well, she also like what is it? What's it called? The moisturizer hair stuff, and like there's
Oh
three
yeah,
different soaps for it, right?
oh yeah, dude. The bathroom's never yours when you live with a woman. But
Mr. Potato
do you
Fresh
think?
says Mozart can get an AI assistant. Is it possible? Probably. I don't think they want to do that anymore after the whole
I don't know why
GVA
I'm
thing.
drunk enough.
It's not
What's
me.
going on here?
You're back again.
I'm having internet issues.
Hmm.
Okay, now it's better. Yeah, you went
Yeah.
robotic on me, so I don't know if I
Oh,
was
you
also
sounded
the
fine to
same. But
me.
yeah,
It wasn't me. But I don't think B&O wants to get
maybe
into
yours.
the AI talking to speaker again after the whole GVA Alexa thing. I mean, it's
No,
better
no, no,
if you want
no,
that,
and I
it's
hope they
better to
never
have
do.
it separate and tie it in that way.
Yeah, through Google Home or whatever,
Yeah.
or the Apple's whatever environment there is. But yeah, I don't. They've dipped their toes in that water, and it was too cold. And I don't think that they should walk in that path anymore again. Also, then the problem was end user experience, right? Because when you had
Yeah.
reset your thing, you were fucked. If you wanted, like, if you had just had no network anywhere, you're outside. Let's say you took your level out to the park, and you somehow, accidentally, or you had to reset the bloody thing, and then the Bluetooth no longer works because you need to set it up in Google Home first, or even to attach a remote control to it, you had to have it set up in Google Home. So that source and nonsense ownership, I think, is a huge end user experience limitation from B&O's part, I strongly believe that was also one of those reasons why they had opted out from that. Other than whatever else the Google nonsense is behind the scenes that we don't really know about.
Oh yeah, and then there's Google just throwing another
So
wrench in the works of like, oh, your hardware is outdated. Actually, you can't get updates anymore, right? That sort of thing.
yeah,
And
well,
like,
that's
okay, are you
yeah.
really
When
as B&O
well,
gonna
what's
sue
it called?
Google?
The Avant fell to that.
Yeah.
No, there's no way. But that's like the Android powered Avants, right? The next generation, or no good rather, the NGs. They were they're now stuck in their time, right? Like, even when they first came out, like the Netflix barely sort of kind of worked for, I think, like a month or two that I could use it off of, and then it just became so convoluted that you use that TV more or less as a panel with SRAM processor, and screw all that smart app nonsense, and you use an Apple TV. Like, I diverted to, which
I
was
mean,
the only Apple product that I've ever owned, which I still do, I guess.
for the same reason, right? This is why I like LG TVs over anything else. Is that it's not that I think the Android TVs are bad. Like the Sony ones tend to be better, even though TCL now owns it. It seems, but like the margin is very small. But it's the software. Like if I mean our TVs are what 5
Mm.
and 4 years old now at the moment, or something like that. Maybe 3 for you. Uh, okay, they still work fine. They haven't noticeably slowed down, right? Like Android TVs tend to slow like crazy in a year or two. Like it's you're just I don't know stirring
What the
mud
fuck is
instead of
going on
like.
here? You're like,
Are we okay?
I don't know what's going on. I'm losing you.
Weird.
Are you good? I'm not
Yeah.
good on my side. I don't know what is happening. Somebody's downloading porn on our node here, some shit. Maybe I should just disconnect and reconnect.
Sure, that's fine.
Work. It's better now. I don't know what the heck. Like, it's sending proper bit rate. Like that never dropped. So I don't know. WTF is going on. Yeah, I need to pay my ISP bill. Maybe I should just switch my ISP provider because it's a bit shiitake. Stream is fine. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Something's.
If it happens again, just I don't know, leave and come back. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll do that. Hold on, I'll be back.
So, hello. Well, as I was saying, yeah, no, don't do this AI nonsense. It's not good.
I don't know what's happening. Now I'm all fuzzy. Shit, tacky mushrooms.
Well, not on my end.
No. On the YouTube, but now it's better. Okay, we're all back. I don't know, maybe it's something weird with the window, or I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, there's 4,000 of you now subscribed to us. Like, what the hell? Thank you.
Crazy. It's a lot of people. It's a small town. Small BeoTalk.
Yeah, in a lot of European places, that's a fairly decent-sized village.
That it is indeed.
I mean, how the hell are you all Beo addicts?
Yeah, I wonder how everybody, like, or most of the people, came up across us, or came across us on the YouTubes. I think you should run a poll on that. Do we do like word of mouth? Found you accidentally?
I'm not sure I can pull that.
Referred by friend.
Let us know in the chat or comments or that sort of thing, right? Like, how the hell did you get here? Did YouTube recommend this? Because if so, thank you, YouTube. Weird that you would. Oh, my reviews of speakers.
Or yeah, like your reviews of speakers.
I guess I have to get into that at some point again. Just because I've been busy with other shit.
Should do bloody videos too.
Yeah.
That we did.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody feels Facebook. Interesting. Because I'm not on Facebook.
Maybe yeah, that's weird. Yeah, you're not on the Facebook at all.
Yeah. Well, Max is an OG. Yeah, God.
OG styles.
I recorded those with my iPhone 6. That's how far back that goes.
Fuck, that's a long ways. I don't know what is happening with my computer, but I don't want to restart it because there's a pending update, so I don't know how long that's gonna take for me to come back. So, son of a bitch. But I don't know why your thing is just happening all weird for me, Delane. I don't know.
You sound fine to me.
But yeah, a long time ago. We've been at it for a long time too, man. It's been 7-something years odd now. No?
Oh yeah, the BeoNuts Ultimate Group. Oh, I'm blanking on his name now. Who ran it? I can picture him. I think he bought a Corvette recently, or is doing it up, or something like that. He lives in Britain. Llewellyn, that's it. He was on.
I don't know who that is.
I think he was on the podcast, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh.
I have some keychains made by him that are like the Beogram 9000.
Oh, I remember the guy. Yes. Those leather keychains I remember too. Mine are neatly packed in a B&O shrine with all the rest of the memorabilia.
A question for the chat on a personal level, right? I'm sure you guys feel similarly, right, to an extent, but I have a very hard time with motivating myself to review a bunch of B&O stuff, especially when it's this expensive now. Do other people feel the same way about it? Is it a bit of a struggle session at the moment?
I
mean, I don't know. Don't get me wrong. I still absolutely adore the brand. It's just, if through all these price increases, right? Like, even I can't be a customer. What's the point of reviewing it?
Well, yeah, but somehow we always end up with the newer stuff, or at least working around it. Well, I guess from my professional spot, it's different, or was. It will be back, I guess, once I'm in Florida.
Yeah.
I'll be dipped in it. But personally, I'm tapped out. I just don't need any more, quite honestly. Like, maybe I'll get a pair of 8s at some point to put them as heights, but it's do I really want to do that, or do I want to put the shape up? Right. And if I put the shape up in the living room, then do I want to leave the Avant where it is, or do I want to put it, keep it in the box and put a Premiere with another G panel on it, right? But if I were to do that, I would probably move this 65-inch panel into the bedroom with the Premiere, and and maybe go full retard and buy the 83 wings and just make a big TV out of this TV.
Yeah, I mean, and we're just keeping our fingers crossed, right? But by the time you hear the 8s aren't like somehow 10 grand US.
They're on the way. I just hope that, under the new fearless leadership, that there will be a little bit of a damper on price increasing, because they're starting to get ridiculous. It's starting to get ridiculous, especially for people that are on the fence, and then that fence just got taller or whatever, right? And it's hard.
I mean,
So
I can do some more videos on 50s or whatever, but like, there's very few people I feel that actually use YouTube that would buy them. Because it seems to be now a purchase that is so sizable, right? That you essentially have to have a job that takes 60 to 80 hours of your day, right? You're not going to spend the rest of your time on YouTube if you have a wife and family.
yeah,
I mean,
it's tough.
I mean, similarly, like what do emergers go for now, right? Like, holy moly.
Yeah, everything's gotten expensive now. I guess the cheapest starter kit theater you can go with is buying 4 pair of emergers and a Premiere.
Yeah.
Which still wouldn't be a bad system, to be honest, but it's still over 10 grand.
It's what, 4 of those is 6,000 US plus 7,000 for the Premiere. That's 13 grand still.
13 G's. So yeah, then you're closer to the theater without the surround.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see myself upgrading much other than the screens over time with the Mozart platform as it's promised. What's the point of switching the theater? Or, like, the theater is going to be around for a very long time in my house. And if something new, better, cooler comes up that, beats the performance of the theater, then I might move that over somewhere and get into the new one while it's cheap and the bugs are in it, right?
But that's the thing, right? Like, if the whispered about Harmony comes out that is new and updated or whatever, we're not even sure they're going to call it a Harmony. But if they
I don't think so.
But if they're just dropping that at 25 grand US, so like 1920-ish euro for like the 65-inch version, right? Like, what are we doing? Like, there's no way.
Yes. No, it's getting ridiculous. That's for damn sure. I'm not obviously not gonna deny that. I'm gonna defend that on BNO. Like, it is really a little too much, but it is what it is. That book is like 570 Canadian dollars if you want to order it from Denmark.
Yeah, I think it's €225. So
it
it's
is a very nice book, apparently, but for that much, I think I dropped, or he dropped. Somebody dropped. Did I drop?
No. You're good.
Weird. I lost picture from you. I lost transmission. I have no idea what happened. That's weird. So yeah.
I mean, we're at the pricing point, right? Where like I personally feel this is a definite yes. Like BeoPlay should be reintroduced, because if you want to sell anything in volume but not like kill us on pricing, make the generic version of whatever it is, right? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be called BeoPlay. Even it's, I don't know, call it BeoCommoner.
Beo broke.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, how much is the new 9000C now? I have no idea. I think with the 28s it was like what, 68,000 US or something nonsensical that it is for the price.
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't know. Personally, I'm
the 9000C in US dollars is 55,000 US dollars. So including tax, you're at 62,000 USD or so. So in euro, that's probably around 50,000 euro.
I have a 9000R for sale if anybody's interested. And R is for fully refurbished, or FR, I guess. So if anybody is interested in a BeoSound 9000 Mark III, drop me a line in the email and we can talk. It's in the office. I don't want to bring it. Fuck.
Jank 3210 says, how do you know how to make the BeoConnect core show the speaker pictures correctly in overview and choosing the product? On iPhone it shows 18s correctly. On another BeoConnect core, I think with 50s it shows a picture. Yeah, that's an app issue.
Yeah.
Either revert back to the last version or go into beta.
Beta also has some weirdness going on, but I like the dark mode. I'm not going to complain about it, but some of that stuff, like when you're in the playlist mode or the track list mode, rather, when it's playing in the Deezer, the bottom buttons disappear on the Android side. So it's still a little, but it works. It works very well. I started using the app a little more now since the dark mode was introduced, because it's easier on the eyes.
My retinas aren't burned out.
So that's a plus.
I mean, again, very nice limited edition, right? But this is in United States dollars. It's like 30 grand for what is effectively a record player and some aids. Like, come on.
But in a high-end world of electronics, is it really that much money, considering what these other manufacturers and brands and nonsense comes up with thousands and thousands of dollars on top of this? And it may have the same performance, even though this is, to me, a little bit ironic, because you're trying to be a analog purist with a fully digital system, essentially. Because the speakers are, I'm sure, stereo paired through the
but even
network.
If you want to refurbish and customize, right, the record player is maybe $3. Like I know a fair few people that can make this exactly this way, right, including the purchase of this deck. Let's be extravagant, you're 4 in all, and you'll have the wood and the new hood and everything, and it has a preamp, right? So literally all you need is a cable. I mean, and then you need some, semi-custom 8s, but they're not all that custom anyway.
Well, I think that the irony of the customization for what they're asking here is little too much, because of the Atelier program. Because you can get those for let's say 30% more retail price, right? And in the exact same finish.
Yeah, like Max says, that's not far off a Golf GTI.
Right.
Yeah, and that has more speakers in it too. If nothing else, to pump the engine noise in.
So Geranium's asking, hi guys, random question. My Horizon has the firmware where Android has been disabled, which I can't find online, but I can connect it to the BNO app. Do you have any advice? Thank you. First of all, what I will try is, if you don't have it hardwired, try to hardwire the TV to the network, because to me, it more or less sounds like if you can't connect to the network, that either the Wi-Fi chip has passed on in your TV, or there is a board issue of another level, and those boards are bon chance, motherfucker. Very hard to find. They are still available, I think, but you will wait a while because I think B&O has to refurbish old boards that come back from dealers that sent them back for credit. But yeah, Horizon is going to be a tough one to repair.
I mean, if the what you call it, the Android has been disabled, it may be a hotel model.
That's another thing. Yeah, if it's a B2B version, then it could be that it's disabled. And if that is it does connect. So yeah, you might have the B2B business version of, or hotel version of the thing, and it's disabled, bunch of stuff in it, like you said, by the firmware. There is, I believe, I don't have the service tool installed on this computer, so I can't confirm. But I think you can connect to those still through the service tool and dump software on it, or at least unlock the features in one way or the other. But you would need to speak to the B&O shopper. Again, speaking to the B&O shop is, I don't know where you are. If you're in US, then it's a little bit tougher, I guess, to find people that necessarily just don't know, or do know rather, the answer to it, because that's an older TV. And
yeah, where did you get it from? Like, did you buy it online, or did you buy it from a dealer, or where did you get it from? I mean, if it's online, right? Like, it did in fact come from a hotel. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it needs that special software on it.
I'm not even sure a dealer can do that anymore.
Let me fucking look.
I mean, you need a dealer that's been around for a long time that figured to keep all this stuff, right?
Yeah, I don't think the Horizon TV is going to be on the service tool. There's no way, because it's an Android form. It's an Android platform. I think the only way to remedy that is either changing the main board for the actual regular one, or yeah, you'd need to know what control system they had for that in order to power up the TV, because it's probably been used with a specific remote control as well.
Yeah, also, I mean, in a hotel, would you really want people to go, oh, let's see if there's an app for that, and then control a bunch of TVs?
Yeah, I know there is. That's going to be a tough call.
So maybe it's just not going to work in terms of the app, because it's literally a safety feature when they're in hotels. Though surely if you got in a hotel in the EU, it must be in Denmark somewhere, or in Scandinavia.
But I think that if you can at least get one HDMI working on it, then you can just put an Apple TV on it and go from there. Let's see, BeoVision. BeoVision Horizon. Is that what we're talking about? Right?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Let me open it. There is a possibility that you could be able to stuff the software on it via, like, connecting directly into the network cable of the TV in the back. And let's see here, BeoVision Horizon. It doesn't matter if it's 40 or 48. Let's see, software line update. Yeah, the only way to do it is to actually do a readout, like, but it is here in a, well, shut the fucking screen off. It is in the service tool.
Yeah, he says if it means it'll last longer with a Apple TV, then great. I'm pretty sure that is literally the case.
Mm-hmm.
Stop using the internals because the internals are shit. Like they were shit from the start, essentially.
Yeah. The internal apps never really worked 100% anyway, so I would highly recommend to not even like abandon that thought completely. Like if you can get picture on it from one HDMI, then use that HDMI input for an Apple TV or a Roku player or whatever that fucking cracked TV thing that has all the stations from all over the world. But just use that on that one input. Apple TV is the best because you can use. I think it does. The newer one have IR control for B&O, so you could technically control the volume up and down with the Apple remote.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the hotel version that makes it awkward, and because anything made for a hotel is weird, right?
It's gonna be limited, man, completely limited. It's the same thing like that magic USB stick file, right? That you put on your system. That's something that they hard code that way into the theaters when they're installed in commercial spaces where, the top plate is disabled, which we've been begging for forever.
Yeah.
But that way people can't really mess with the stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beo remote can control the Apple TV because it's Bluetooth interface. So,
I mean, if just use it as a panel, right? Like all the Wi-Fi and shit doesn't need to be on. It's not going to get any more updates anyway. Just use it as a panel.
No,
Don't
but
use
his
it as
point
a
is he
TV.
can't set up the speakers additionally to it, right? That's
Yeah.
just where he's at. Like you won't be able to do that unless you go and ask the guys at the service center wherever you live if they have the service tool. Because that's another thing. Like depends on how old. If the shop is too recent, that service tool you may not be even able. They might not even have it because I think that entire server gotten shut down. So it's you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, if you're in the Netherlands, go to Damien ter Horst in Utrecht.
Yeah, he can help for sure.
God, he still has a laptop with one of those
BeoZap on it and shit. Oh, I remember.
RS32 or whatever it is.
Yeah. That's what I have with that's what that Windows notebook thing, whatever my book is for. I bought it specifically. The only thing that sucks now that I can no longer program BeoS6 remotes. It does not. There's no driver in existence now for this, and I cannot for the life of me find the B&O drivers that would work or how to install them into the computer here. So it's too bad.
That's a question for you, Willie. What about accessing the service menu by pressing red? I don't know.
If you can go to menu, then I think you need to be you press the setup, I believe, or options, I guess it's called. I don't remember, but it's the second one down. You press that, and then you go red, go. Or you can try 0, go, but I think it's red, go, and then it should open the service menu. But I don't think you'll be able to do much in it. Definitely not speaker connection wise. It's more or less to enable IP control from third-party controller devices. There's some sort of picture adjustments that I wouldn't recommend fucking with. There are some audio processing settings like dynamic range on or off, but I think I'm confusing that with the BeoSystem 3 service menu. But there's not much you can play with there for sure.
It's just BTB is off from there. Yeah, then it's see if your local dealer has anything.
Mm-hmm.
Jank says, okay, I'm not bold enough to try beta. When I hear about your experiences, can I create a speaker group in the BeoConnect core like Harmony so it also controls the 50 speakers set measurement positions?
Yes.
Yeah. You can also just set that in the 50s. There's several ways of doing that.
Well, you tune your 50s to whatever listening positions you want, and then you just tell the core to select that speaker preset.
Yeah, that's only if you have it through PowerLink, though. If it's
Yes.
through USB-C, or was it USB-C to USB-B?
Yeah. The nonsense printer
That
plug.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Also, I meant I don't mean the beta on the BeoConnect core itself. I mean the beta in the app.
Yeah.
The app beta is. I mean, there's some weird things every so often, right? But the beta app is actually really quite good. Also, if
I
you're on
agree.
iOS, right? Like it's as soon as you're in the beta app through test flight, it's really easy to switch versions.
Between.
Yeah, because you get a drop down, right? And usually you can go back something like 5 or 8 versions of the app. And sometimes you can even choose before the current release version for the general public.
Yeah, it's a little different on the Android because I have to download the APK file from the server, right?
Yeah.
But then I can keep all these APK files, but I don't think I can go back on them. But at the day's end, I started to use the app quite a bit more because the dark mode, and it's way more solid now, and I do utilize the homes, which never worked before, but now it does. It still kind of comes like a goulash of all the products. Every now and then you open the app, but then if you close it and refresh it, it will show up, my apartment, and I have a service shack, which is the second home per se, where I have all the client stuff that I was connected to, or I do connect to when I come for services. Or service calls, and it's just not really tied into anything as far as my account or whatever. Well, it kind of is and kind of isn't.
Yeah, so, at the moment, currently, the only reason I know that something changed with the BeoConnect core and the icons is because of our Discord, because somebody else.
Yes, I've seen that.
And
those complaints.
Well, the latest app update changed something where that stopped working properly, and it's. I think they're working on it. I think in the beta app it's fixed again. It's I don't know however much you care about it, like it won't stop function or anything. It's just
appeal of it. Yeah, the looks.
BNO and icons, man. Like it's somehow very hard to do this whole.
For them, it's damn near impossible to get it right the first time, or second, third, fourth, and sixth time. So, but yeah, we're working on it, I guess. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. One icon at a time. Hopefully, somebody else has a Ferrari Explorer in the Denmarkia and fixes the dark mode issue with it. They should just re-render these products for dark mode. In my opinion, some of these needs to be touched up, and yeah, there should be. I think every Mozart product, like let's say level per se, right? It should be, the customization should be assembled the same way as it's on a 90s per se or 50s, where you can pick the aluminium, either gold or silver per se, right? And then you can have the Quadrat grill, the gray melange, or you can put the wood, or you can put the walnut wood, because we know that they can have it, and then save it, and then it should show up like that. I just don't understand, why is it so bloody hard to do?
I mean, coming back to pricing, right? Like this is insane.
It's a deal,
like,
bro. It's a deal.
Well, especially in North America, right? Like I know in Europe it's not like that, but cars are relatively cheap here. But this is more or less the price of a BMW M3. This is like, and that's a serious car, right? Like what the hell, man? It's yeah. I mean, I know in Europe the 50s are a little cheaper, but it's still 65,000 euro, I think. We can check that right now. Go to Europe. This is one of the things I do like about their website, right? Is like, yes, it's based on IP, but you can just go, no, I want something else.
You can hop countries.
Yeah.
Bill says, I just got Halo and want to get started with some simple automation control. Into it. Example, light control hue, scene. What are you using? Bio Living and Intelligence or Home Assistant? Pros and cons. I can't give you any pros and cons on Home Assistant because I've never worked with it. I don't really have any cons in the BLI because it's a natively supported environment, obviously. The only cons that I can give for BLI is that they no longer have ASC platform icons. Again, the fucking icons in their app. Also, the interface on the Android is slightly different than on. And of what I mean is the app itself. Oh shit! I have abilities. Hold on.
Yes, you've had them for like a year now.
Fuck, hold on a second. I have abilities. I'll just open the right app first of all.
I mean, I guess the only con really for BLI is the price compared to like Home Assistant, because Home Assistant is essentially free, right? You just need some hardware to run it on.
Yes. Let's share a screen.
I mean, BLI does make it very, very easy.
So, are we online? Yeah, we're online. Shit, I keep waving the freaking thing and my windows keep disappearing. 1 second. So, where am I here? BLI. So, I guess the difference mainly is if you, let's say, go to the theater, I have all the sources here. But if I, let's say, go to BNO radio, it will turn on the thing. So I might need to shut it down, or maybe not. Let's go down. It doesn't give me an ability to pick stations. You see, on the Apple side, you have another button here that you can tap, and then you can go through your favorite stations. So that's that was from the, I guess the quick entrance menu. But if you actually go into the zone, then you have all these presented, but you still are unable to do what I'm talking about. You have the joystick. This is uncleanable and uncustomizable, but this is all the speaker group. It's really fucking confusing. So all the listening positions, sound modes, it's just too much. It's way too much, and I don't know. There's nowhere to. So this is the only con when it comes to Mozart platform that I can give you. This works no problem. You have a play, pause, and just a simplified controls. Standby obviously will bring it to standby, which then this little play thing will disappear.
Funny that the volume control is that round dial still.
It is. They never changed it on the thing. So see, now it's off. For the lights, I have obviously the living room. So if I fire it up, you can see behind me that the lights come on. I can turn off the lamp if I wanted to, or dim it to a certain level. Pendant you can't see because it's on the other side. I can change the colors, and so in the scenes I have, let's say, accents, or if I change the colors, let's go here. If I change the color of the living room to, let's say, red, and crank it up all the way so you can see it, right? Then I built a macro that basically has, it's called default lights, and then it just goes back to the color tone that matches everything in the room. So that's one of those things that I would recommend doing if you tie it in together. But it's very, very simple, and I would highly recommend getting the pro version of the BLI, because then it gives you a lot more controllability on the Halo, specifically on the Halo.
Also, otherwise it's a subscription that you pay yearly. With the Pro, you pay it once forever,
and you're done. Yes.
Yeah.
So 192. Let's go to Bio Living. Sorry, I'll show you something else in the BLI if I can get into it. HTTPS, I guess. Oh boy, sometimes I don't know what the is with my network, but anyways, so that's I would definitely, if you go, I'm completely talking about different thing than what you're asking, because it's on the gateway itself as far as the app. However, I have some of these buttons correlated into the Halo remote. So like, let's say the default lights, they show there as a controller. So see, I have the living room. There's the accent lights, the 90s, the tuning fork, the pendant. Then there's the Lego room, which I can run whatever. Then there's the colors that I can just change whatever, and you can most likely see behind me that the colors will change. And then if I want to reset them again, I just go to default lights and the colors come back to normal. So, and that's exactly what's on the app in the gateway, which means that you can control this even from Bahamas or everywhere else in the world. Hence the fact that I'm ordered the camera so I can tie it into the bloody gateway and be happy with it.
So all now you need is essentially a Lego driver. You can drive your Lego truck with your Halo across the road.
That's it. I have the Audi. I just need to make I would probably need those robotic ones, the Mindstorms Lego. So yeah, so that's the Halo, and in the there's not really much more else. I guess let's do one more. So that's so in the screens that are on the gateway, I can't log into my gateway for some reason, but that's all the lights. Let's see if I can focus this. So there's the lights, then the zones. If I go back up, come on, there. So you have your play buttons, and then this is where I have the weather. There's Miami, there's Beo time, so that's the local time. The only thing that I wish I could do is have that circle running as a seconds meter, and apparently there is a macro for it, or in Lua code, but it doesn't work. Leaving home, that just shuts everything off, turns on the emerge in the hallway, and then there's the temperatures for Calgary, whatever. Then there's all the lights, and then I have all the macros that are correlated also into each room. But that's so you have sleep, shower, TV in bed, and so on. So all of these are created on the gateway, and then subsequently just tied into the Halo. So you can have also, you can use light or control commands from your BeoRemote or BeoRemote 1, and you can just rename them. So instead of window on, window 1 on, window 1 off, or whatever the fuck there is default, so you can just call it something else. Now, it used to be back in the yesteryears of firmware updates where every time that the BeoRemote 1 would firmware update from the product, it would completely nuke the light and control commands. So you need to make sure that you have it documented so you know which one to go and rename back if at any point a firmware update comes up. But I don't think that it does it anymore, but I'm not going to swear that it does because all of my remotes are now up to date and I kind of have it set up already the way it is.
Is it easy to connect lighting to your theater sound settings?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I don't know. If you set listening position, whatever, set light mode X.
You probably could do it in as a status report, but I don't know if it's that fucking gateway. Why doesn't it want to come up? 168.2.18. Is it? Yes, there we go. Cool. Setup. Okay, I shall share. Let me just log in first. Let's go here. Share. So there's Moa. To see, I'm already Rayoling camera is ready to go. I just don't have it installed yet. But what were we talking about first of all? Oh,
if you change your
so
listening
in the
position.
macros, yeah, you would have to go into the macros here, and let's say where are we? Living room. So we'll add another macro here, and I think under the event, let's choose living room state update, I believe. And then here you can actually see state, play, pause, sound. Okay, so sound listening mode. So you can set it. Okay, I have mine. Let's say to movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And speaker group. Let's call this just kitchen for now, and put this to fuck it, direct. Or actually, leave it at speech because I think that's the default to it. Let's just take this out completely. Reset. Let's just add that as a speaker group kitchen. And then let's add a command. Let's go to living room, choose a resource. Let's go to tuning fork and let's set color to red again. Add. So now if I go list, what was it? The speaker kitchen. Then yes, you can do that.
So that was really fucking easy.
Yeah, so that's what, at least now you see how it's done, right? It's not fucking rocket science. It's just a couple drinks and bourbon, whatever, and just keep on programming.
You need to play around with it a bit.
Exactly. So let's remove that, and then I can go here and go to default lights and just fire that command, and then my lights are corrected back to normal. So in default lights, I put just global one dimmer living room right to this HVS or RGB color. Basically, you take that and you copy that code. And you paste it into all your other, like let's say in the accents on. That's not a good example. Accents dim. This is for the Lego room. Oh yeah, I'm in the Lego room. So if we go to accents on here, see, I have them because I never really screw around. Like if I play with colors, I usually set them to default lights before I, go to bed, because I don't go to bed. I haven't really changed the colors to begin with either. It's just more or less a cool thing to have. But they always come in default lights, so there is no need. But for the default lights, yeah, that's the color. It took a little bit of aiming around the fucking circle to get the proper color to match the Kelvin warmth from the other like my pot lights here and such. So but that's it. Like you're limited by your own imagination when it comes to that. So halo, as you see here, like that's the essentially the lua code for pulling the information from the open weather to show you the, and then you have your rain, snow, cool, hot, whatever that shows a different icon on the halo. Depends on what temperature.
To my understanding, with the BLI, you never really have to write any of that, right? It's
this no. Actually, this I had copied from the Chemo's website. They have that code directly there, so you just copy and paste it in your shit, and then you just need to assign the Halo ID. You need to change this number to your Halo ID, which you can find in their Halo, and also you need to give it or tell it the path where the Halo is located. So apartment is the name of my gateway, living room is the zone, and Halo is the device, and then just Halo, I guess. I don't know, but I don't speak Lua. So that's the clock per se, right? Now, if we go to the interfaces, that's just users. So obviously added myself there for the TV because for some reason, there was a bug earlier on the gateway where if you wanted to do the on-screen interface, especially like I guess the home control in the Avant, it fucking wouldn't let me log in for permanently. It just always had to. So I had a password with 1 as a digit, right? Because then you can just press 1 and it's happy, and I can get into my bloody things. So, but here's the Halo and the programming of the Halo per se. So, like I said, all those buttons that I was laid out on my dusty display. Here's the Miami temperature, the BeoTime, time, the leaving home, which is the macro. So when you press that, you can send or set the icon for it. So leaving home as a subtitle, right? And then if I press that, then leaving home macro triggers in the living room. I think I have it set, or no, it's in the hallway where the goodbye, I guess, is located. So, and then here you can just set this as a default button. So every time you scroll up to it, this shows up in the center of the screen. Same goes for the lights page. You can only do 3 pages on the Beo Remote Halo. So, and then the moods, which are all of my macro, that this more or less is useless here because I have it in Lego room somewhere. That no, yeah, there, right there. But yeah, you can do up to 8 buttons per page, so that gives you quite a bit. So, and each of those, like wherever you see the circle, that's the default that it's set up to show up in the center of the screen. So then you have to scroll left in order to see the rest of it. And then again, house cleaning here is basically a macro that comes back into the kitchen house cleaning. And then I have no events to define it because I didn't choose to do it through the BeoRemote 1, so there is no point. I could put it under one of the light commands per se, but I just use it on a Halo when I do the cleaning mode. And then what it does, it turns on the theater to a net radio or BNO radio, sets the listening position, turns on all the lights, and joins everything accordingly as well. So that's how simple that is. Yes, it's obviously time consuming to build up your macro. And then one of the most important things that you can do and you should do is save revision or quick save revisions. And then you can just pretty much, see, like myself, I have I'm very policed about that. So I do save my stuff when I modify it, just so I make sure that I can come back to it if something got screwed up. But yeah, so there, you make your zones. You can here, choose your own custom photos. So I took pictures of my stuff in the rooms, or so it's more the way it is supposed to be, I guess. And then you see that present itself quite nicely in the app. So far my favorite picture of the 90s.
Yeah, we have to at some point change our intro.
So, and Shelly, that's the Christmas present from Mikey. That's juicing up the underneath the Beo cabinet in the Lego room. So that's all lit up through Shelly, which is it works tremendously well.
JG says, I see you can connect BeoLink cameras in BLI. Do you know if it's possible in the older BeoLink gateway?
Yes, you can do that in the older gateways as well. So let's say we're in the zones, we're going to go to systems, and then here, usually, obviously, you just add it all into global, like I had, but I put the Reolink cameras in the kitchen because I was just not even messing around, but that's where essentially this camera is going to be. But let's say you want to add something, so add a system, so you come down here and basically, let me just scroll down. And then you can scroll down. You can do custom HTTP or custom strings. I don't know how these work. I never really dove into it. But you have a bunch of drivers that are supported natively through, even if you have an old Masterlink gateway, you can tie it in so you can control backwards down to the Masterlink line through the Masterlink gateway. So like I could technically take that Masterlink gateway. I still have one brand new in box, believe it or not, in storage. I could plug it into the 9000 and essentially control it through the gateway, through the BLI that talks back down to it. But yeah, there's my Reolink cameras that I'm waiting for trucking
is there
delivery
like
any moment.
With the old BLGW, right? Is there like a limit on like 4K, or does it just become slow? Or
it's a slower response, and I don't know what the limit was on the cameras because I've never really tied them into it. But apparently the new BLI and BLI 2.0, whatever the new generation of it, the white box instead of the black box, has a little bit more juice that can do that, or that can handle more cameras in there. But yeah, if you need to install more drivers, you can just click here and then go into the drivers that are provided by BNO and people that are, so ones that are built in are built in. Obviously, they're pre-installed with your the BLI already. But yeah, then you can go into a whole bunch of other stuff, and you can, I guess, communication with render devices for Marantz and Denon, so you can then talk to your Denon receiver, I guess, through the gateway if you have a theater that is driven by a Denon receiver that you just run line outs into all of your active BNO speakers or whatever, or it's just a Denon and a passive system speaker set that you can control with gateway because it's your theater room that you don't go too much. But yeah, there is all of these. IFTTT. I've deleted it because I'm not a member of it anymore. And there's LG WebOS TV support, so everything those are built in, of course. But yeah, there is a whole bunch that you can obviously install as well and expand on your system. And if you are a good programmer, then or speak Lua per se, then you're definitely finding your life much easier as far as this is concerned. So hopefully that answers your questions in a way. So all this you cannot do on the essential version, David, because that web interface is only available on the Pro. On the essential nonsense, you can kind of sort of fuck around with the BeoLiving app and add stuff that way. Very cumbersome. You can add your Halo there, and you can, I believe, you can do the color changes, but then you can't reset it back to what it used to be because you can't create that macro button because it's not a Pro version. So if I were to go with it all the way, then fucking go full tits out, man. Just get the license, get the gateway, and get the license. I used to pay $120 a year for the BeoLink gateway license to have the remote access and have all that cool shit going on in it. And it's, I've had it for longer than 5 years, so I definitely paid the license that is now one-time payment, and I would have been fine. And that's where it exactly is. So, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I definitely appreciate the gateway more. It's my native work environment, right? I've been around this nonsense since Masterlink Gateway came out in 2009, 2010, I believe. So yeah, I've been programming the gateways and see them change generationally from the time of inception per se. So, and especially like when it comes to the old Masterlink side of things to program properly, you do have to be very conscious of like the IR command structure and make sure that you do link prefix in a room that is an option 4, and yeah, so there are all those things that you can do.
Do you know what it costs, the BeoLiving Intelligence Pro?
$600 US, I believe, or $900 US is the price. I don't remember
exactly. Is that the box
exactly.
including software, or is that just the software?
I think that's the software. I think the box, I think it's altogether is $1,200. I think the box is $600 and the software is $600.
So in European or so, it's about 1,000, maybe 800.
But don't quote me on it because I haven't bought a gateway in a long, long time.
Because I found it on their website, but they don't list the price, which is kind of annoying.
What are your thoughts on a used BeoVision Avant 75? If it works well, awesome.
Mark 1.
Yeah, not the next generation. Screw that nonsense. But if it's a Mark 1, I would, if I were to buy it for whatever the price was, right? I would definitely, one of the first things that I would do before I would even install it, I would take the fucking back cover off and peel off one of the thermistors from the power supply and move it over to the chip side on the video board, along with one of the fans there's 2 of the fans on the power supply amplifier board for no fucking reason, really. Like that doesn't get nowhere near as hot as the other side. So that's what I would do. And then the thermistor basically fires up that quiet ass fan almost within 15 to 30 seconds at the most when you have the TV panel running. And then it keeps on cooling it properly, and you extend your life because the displays don't go bad on those TVs. It's the bloody video engine, and they're getting harder and harder to get.
I think it was somebody on our Discord, or was it Beo? I don't remember, but they got like a Noctua USB style fan, and in a 75 it just fits in the shell.
Thanks, Jan, for the support. Much appreciated. And yeah, it's my pleasure to help you guys, when it comes to the BNOs and living with them. Because this kind of shit makes it cool for the woman. That whole gateway thing. It fucking totally makes it cool for the woman in the house. Like my girlfriend loved that when, we'd come home. I gave her the A5 keychain, the key ring, right, on her keys. So she would open the door with the fob and then she would press the light and the fucking whole apartment would come on to life. All the lights would come on, the radio would come on, right? And she's like, this is so cool. I'm like, yeah, but it completely kills the complexity of what the perception normally is about Bang & Olufsen, or even like the whole home automation. Like the entire home automation, in my opinion, is nothing more but a very good psychiatry of a programmer to extract the necessary and prudent information about you to program the system correctly. Unless you have an understanding of what you're doing on the gateway, which is really hard to mess up, you can do it yourself. You can sit there with like I do with the glass of bourbon and change fucking lights by 50 milliseconds apart from one another, because is that the correct flow of light when you turn it on properly, right? So you can you have that kind of a control to do this with, where there is Control 4 also, it's the same thing, but I haven't really worked with it that much, but from hovering over the shoulder of the programmers over a few years time, I find it way more complex. And I think the reason why for that also because it caters to a much larger pantry of different electronic brands and such, where BNO kind of works very well with BNO, and then the other auxiliary things that are high end more or less, because you will go with Lutron lighting or Clipsol, whatever, depends where you are. It's a way that it just you suck the stuff out of the main processor that was programmed by the lighting guy, whatever to call him, engineer, I guess, and then you can just mess with that, pull out all the dimmers, buttons, blah blah blah, and this and such, and go from there. So, Willie, what remote did your girlfriend use the most? I guess. Well, she used the Beo Remote 1, of course, because that's the only remote there is here. She did use the Halo to turn on the lights when, because it's set, not more or less it's set by default. Excuse me. That when I come into it and I just start rolling the wheel, it's what's programmed in it is the default. It's the living room controls. So when I get home from work, I just basically slide it around and turn on the lights in the entire living room type of thing.
Coming back to, was it JG 1976 IFE? Look, if you're gonna put an Avant 75 on the wall, right? Like either you're really strong with a friend, right? Because these things are heavy as shit.
Yeah, they're no joke.
Or you have to have somebody do it. I thought you said earlier was potentially for a bedroom, or it has to be on a floor stand, which still you have to lift the bloody thing, right? Like this thing is still.
I think it's 95 kilos or something around that. It's very heavy. It's the laughter dies when those TVs need to be moved on, especially or removed out of clients' places. It's
Don't get me wrong, I love this TV with a passion, but the weight stopped me.
Fucking sucks, man.
I don't have the room in my bedroom for a floor stand, because these planetary stands that came with them are enormous.
Oh yeah, they're I think 28 inches in a circle.
Yeah. So Avant 75 will also be on the wall. If you can manage that, right?
It's the same weight as that. So you have a strong wall, but well, unfortunately, any connections that are going into the BeoVision 5 are completely obsolete by default of plugs to begin with, and standard of whatever there is. There is nothing analog. There's one AV analog input that you can hook up maybe a BeoCenter 2 into the Avant, but if you are gonna do it, I think STB brackets still make a closed wall bracket. That's probably is the least amount of brain damage that you can incur putting this up, because the motorized one is site specific and requires much more significant reinforcement because of the shearing force that comes out from that crane arm opening.
Also, you don't exactly level it because you're not accounting for the weight when you install it. So you kind of have to have it on an angle because of the shearing force when you hang it, that it then is level.
Yeah, it depends really how. Yeah,
it's
no,
because
I
if
would
you
do
hang
a
it
close
level,
wall
right,
bracket.
and the POM material is slightly worn from all the movement, then it's like all of a sudden it's like, God, this thing has to come off again.
Yeah, that's the leveling of that. You have to have the B&O's default wall bracket, definitely have to have it leveled, but
I mean, the 75s are in general way less prone to the overheating issue because the chassis has
yes,
just so much more air.
there's a huge cavity that can evacuate that hot ass air, but I still would prefer to have something in it to move it,
Yes.
given the nature of how these TVs die, because that's what kills them is the heat from the chips.
Yeah, so if you're up for that, go for it. They're great TVs. I mean, it's the last TV with like the proper B&O menu. Like, it's crazy to think of. Like, the Harmony has an on-screen menu, right? But it's not nowhere near as pretty as the Avant Mark One.
No,
menus.
And the old school menus, yeah. If you have 1146 on the wall now with the 7-speaker surround, then you are set, my friend, because the RJ45 connections are the same. You might be hooped for length, but I don't think so, given I don't know where your BB11 is hanging, but there's still enough to travel, I guess, down the back of the TV for the power links and stuff. If you have it on a motorized bracket, depends on which way it swings out too. But yeah, you should be fine.
Yeah, I'd say go for it, especially if it's of known origin.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
The service tool readouts for time, or the service are nonsensical, really, because it only reads the amount of time that the power supply has been plugged in, which is
okay.
Fucking stupid.
That's a nonsensical measurement.
That's the only thing you can pull out as far as the information goes. So given the fact that you had your TV now for, let's say, 10 years and you watched it maybe once a month, it's still going to have, like, let's say, I don't know, maybe 100,000 hours or 80,000 hours on it, right? On power supply.
Yeah, and that's not the thing that breaks anyway. So
that's exactly it. I haven't really seen. I've seen the mechanism faulty a couple times, and I've seen more dead video boards than I could shake a stick at. So, but yeah, that's 75. It's a beautiful TV, man. You're preaching to the choir. I have a 55 in my bedroom. Like, I don't need a more of a bigger TV. Also, I'd be scared shitless to hang a fucking 75 on metal studs in a rental place.
That's a
lot of toggle bolts. You could do it, but like, that's I don't really feel that's a good idea.
Look, at that point, you're sort of crossing your fingers and hoping for the mud and tape to stick, and that the screws from the drywall are properly into the metal studs, right? And that the metal studs will actually take that shearing force.
No, if I were to do that 75-inch TV in my bedroom now, I would definitely I would zing out a wall size, put the 3/4-inch plywood into the studs, screw it all the fuck together tight, and then plaster over, tape, paint, and then hang the TV. See you, Max. So yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But yeah, as far as the Avants, it's the last sexy B&O TV that was done by B&O. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the Noto design with the theater and harmony and so on, that's not good. It's just, it's not.
It wasn't an in-house design anymore.
It's not the in-house design for the panel per se, because I'm sure that it would have been way sexier from behind than what the LG screens are, right? And so on and so forth. But the end of the day, the times move, and we are where we are with it. And I like it now more this way because I've gotten used to the picture quality of this versus what the Avant is, and their room compensation and the B&O special sauce and spices that are added to the picture. that this doesn't bother me anymore, even though there's no curtains too. But it's definitely much more serviceable and long-termable as far as the use cases, because you no longer need to toss the whole TV out, which surround processing and speakers in them are still great, but the display is way too old.
Yeah.
So
he says another Beano. I still run a BeoVision 755 in the living room with laser projector facing the other side. I now want 4K picture quality from the projector. What do I do?
you don't do it.
No.
The only way I could think of doing it, which I don't think it's possible due to the lip sync issues that you would develop, is to have an HDMI 4K splitter that comes out of your, let's say, Apple TV, and one goes into the Biosystem 3 of the 755, and the other one goes directly into the feed of the projector. So then you have only that source on the projector. But I don't know if there would be a delay between how fast the sound is processed through the Biosystem 3, because that's obviously synced with picture internally, versus you feeding those things two separate ways. And if you're gonna get into a CEC blocking and all this shit, I don't know. But I definitely foresee a lip syncing issue.
Yeah, and it can go both ways, right? Like the screen may or the picture may be quicker, but it may also be quite a lot slower.
Yes.
Depending on what sort of speakers you have. Because if you, I don't know, let's say you have 8,000s and 6,000s or even 18s, right? The latency is next to nothing. But if the projector takes a bit because it is 4K and laser, right? To like, I don't know, let's say it takes 50 milliseconds to put the picture up.
That's too
the
far.
Sound is going to be too far ahead, or the sound is going to be way further sooner than the screen is.
Yes. Or vice versa, depends on how, but more or less you're going to have the sound come through faster than what the picture says. And that is unwatchable, honestly.
See if the projector has any delay or advancement on it, whatever you want.
But yeah, that's a tough cookie. That's a tough cookie to crack. But yeah, there's no other way. Like, even if you had the Biosystem 4 with BB12 and that HDMI, it was still only 1080p processing altogether. 4K was never introduced till the Avant came out, and then the awful ass but beautiful BeoVision 14. But that's a talk of very much a decade ago, yesteryears.
I mean, maybe see if you can get a look at certain sizes, right? Depending how far you sit away from it. I don't actually think like 100-inch screen is too bad with 1080p.
I think, honestly, though, you could do some sort of a timing delay in customer service menu of the BeoVision 7. So if you go menu 00 go, you should be able to get into the delays, and if you play with those, you should be able to delay the sound far enough in the values that you could sync it with the projector. But that's a HDMI expander cost and a couple of cables of the cost of an experiment, right? But that's the only way that I foresee that being possible.
Yeah.
In any way.
Yeah, this is literally why they use a clapper, right? Like when making films.
To sync it together.
Yeah. So just, I don't know, find a YouTube video of that.
So.
But other than that, it's not a guarantee, but have a look. It's been a while.
I know you can delay stuff in customer service menu, but I just don't know what can be delayed. But I think there is a option for it. It's been so long ago, and I have a pretty good photographic memory of it, but I really don't remember anymore. In Discord, I believe there's a Biosystem 3 handbook So if you look through that handbook has everything in it, including the service menus, and that's the one you want because it's the same menu that is inside the BB7s. Any size per se, other than 32s. They ran a very, very vanilla menu, and so does BeoVision 8 32 was also very, very timid. And BB 10 32, those were also timid. But yeah, I guess on that note,
yeah, there is a website somewhere for beta app testing. What is it? Because you need a referral if you're on iOS for test flight. What's the website? tester.bang-olufsen.com.
Put it in the chat quickly.
Yeah, it's on my just tester.
And if you made it this far, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm sure most of the guys that are watching us now or peoples are subscribed already. And yeah, the next goal is 5K, bro. That's going to be a hard push, especially with the BNO's pricing nowadays, for the love of God.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got anything, questions, comments, throw them in. We do read that stuff, believe it or not. And we do reply also, believe it or not. If not directly in the comments, then we bring it up as a topic on the next podcast, because sometimes it's easier to.
Also, we don't have to be live to buy Willie a coffee. You can buy Willie a coffee any morning you want.
Any morning you want. I appreciate it. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching.
See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.